You're listening to RCFlightCast podcast with Frank Betts. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to RCFlightCast. I'm your host, Frank Betts, and today we're diving into what's shaping the RC flying scene right now in 2025. And I'm doing this podcast right now. It's July 18th. It's about 65 degrees out here in Hickory Corners, Michigan. And it's going to be a great day to go out flying here in just a bit. But I thought I've got to get this podcast out because I've been taking some notes on forums and what have you, and jotted down a bunch of stuff. And so let's see how it goes. So, all right, we'll start with the latest and greatest in radio transmitters and receivers, and then we'll look into the current battle between ready-to-fly planes and the scratch-built world. And after that, we'll explore the fast-growing world of 3D printed planes and accessories, including what it costs to get into that side of the hobby. And finally, we'll break down the most popular LWPLA filaments for your 3D printing needs and why they matter. So strap in, let's get into it. So first up, the brains of our flying machines is the transmitters and receivers. And let's kick off with the Spectrum NX series, specifically the NX8 and NX10 models. These transmitters are feature-packed, offering built-in Wi-Fi for firmware updates and cloud model backups. You can also get bright, customized color screens and Spectrum's DSMX protocol for stable, interference-resistant flying. Pricing, you'll find the NX8 hovering around, $449 to $499. Next, you got the Radio Master TX16S Mark II. This one's a crowd favorite for pilots running mixed fleets. Fly Sky, FR Sky, Spectrum, and even Futaba protocols. It's got a touchscreen interface, runs on Edge TX software, and includes Hall effect gimbals for buttery smooth control. And all that tech for around $212 to $280. For those looking for precision and long-range capability, the Fly Sky PL18 Paladin is worth a look. So you get 18 channels, telemetry support, crisp touchscreen, and Hall sensor gimbals. Pricing is typically around $349 to $489. On the receiver side, telemetry and redundancy are the hot features right now. And Spectrum's AR637T and AR6610T receivers feed real-time data like battery voltage and signal strength back to your transmitter. And for the FPV and performance crowd, Express LRS receivers are gaining popularity for their ultra-low latency and long-range support, up to 15 miles in ideal conditions. Holy cow. So in short, the key features to look for in modern radio gear are Hall effect gimbals for smooth, precise control, full telemetry support, easy firmware updates, ideally over Wi-Fi, multi-protocol capabilities if you fly a variety of brands, just to name a few things there. So let's talk planes now, specifically the trends in ready-to-fly models versus scratch-built creations. RTFs are more advanced than ever. Brands like E-Flight, FMS, and Hobby Zone have stepped up the games with built-in stabilization like Safe and Reflex version 3 systems. Popular RTF this year is the E-Flight Turbo Timber Evolution, priced around $250 to $300, and it's got short takeoff and landing capabilities. And comes with floats and flies steady even on windy days. You just bind it to your radio and you're airborne in no time. And another favorite is the FMS Ranger 1220 millimeter. That's the wing span. Priced at around $270 to $300. It's a forgiving plane, great for beginners and casual flyers alike. Now, I have that one, the FMS Ranger 1220. I bought it, the version where I just put my own radio in there and go. I paid $189, and I see they've gone up in price for those. That 270 300 is ready to fly. It'll come with a just a cheaper radio, and you just pull it out of there, toss your battery in, and go. So RTFs now come pre-equipped with brushless motors, quality servos, and decent electronics. You can often go from box to sky within an hour. But scratch building isn't dead, far from it. Thanks to materials like Depron, Dollar Tree foam board, and carbon fiber reinforcements, builders are crafting planes with CNC routers and laser cutters. And this makes custom builds faster, cleaner, and more precise, which is what I do. I have a CNC machine. I've mentioned this before on my podcast, where I print out sheets of that foam board. I think it's $1.50 a piece for that board, and I can make some nice little profile planes, say 32-inch wingspans, fly those all day long, tear them up, and come back in, print out another one, rinse and repeat. So, yep, got that. So then you got Flight Test. Continues to fuel a scratch building movement with their kits and plans. But if you have access to a CNC foam cutter or laser cutter, you can scale your builds, customize designs, and reinforce structures to your liking. RTFs offer convenience and reliability, while scratch-built planes give you total freedom to modify and personalize. Both are thriving, and honestly, there's room for both in any pilot's hangar. Okay, now onto the 3D printing revolution in RC. I'm kind of getting hung up on that 3D printer stuff, because I got the Bamboo Labs A1 printer, and I'm right now I'm looking at 3 kits I built with some really large wingspans. You make them in small pieces, and then you super glue them all together to make a complete plane, and it's just amazing. It took, I don't know, quite a few hours, let's put it that way, to build each piece. Each piece averaged between an hour and 3 hours to make. So, you figure it out from there. So if you're not printing yet, you're missing out. Designers like PTI Kyle and 3D Lab Print are leading the charge with digital files you can download and print right at home. So let's talk pricing for some of these. So PTI Kyle's Scout 50mm EDF jet is free, or it's not free. It's about, what is that? Hang on a minute. Got my notes screwed up here. What is it? The Scout. Get on this. Oh, yeah, $13.94 buys you all the STL files and every other little thing you need there. Yeah, you can get that on Colt's 3D site. And like I said, that's the first one I built. Is 50mm ducted fan jet. And yeah. And then you got the 3D Lab Prints P-51D Mustang, roughly 1 meter wingspan plane, costs around $16 for the STL files. And if you want to go bigger, you got the 1.4 meter LW PLA optimized Mustang from 3D Lab Print, and that's about $40. And for the ultimate scale modeler, Adams 3D's P-51D Mustang at 1.74 meters comes in around $48. And then, of course, you have your accessories like spinners, landing gear parts, control horns, and FPV camera mounts. They range from $1 to $6 per file on sites like Thingiverse, Colts 3D, and Printables. And if you're printing on a Bamboo Lab A1 like I am, or a Prusa MK4, which I'm actually thinking of buying that one too. I got the A1, but I want to expand a little bit and get something just a little bit different. And that MK4 there is supposed to be dialed right in for this 3D printing kind of stuff. So we'll see, and it's priced about right. You can get the kit or completely built. I think kit is about $800, and completely built's about $1,100. So, these prints come out clean and durable, especially when you use the right filament. Which brings us to the next segment. And for lightweight prints, LWPLA is king. That's what I use. And let's go over the most popular options. And this is, I've already gone through 4 spools of this stuff here. But first up is the Polymaker Polylight LWPLA. This is pre-foamed, so it prints just like standard PLA without active expansion. And you're looking at $32 to $40 per kilogram spool. Sometimes you can get it on sale. The last time I bought a spool of that, I think I paid $25 for it, and now it's gone. It is back up to around $32 now. So every once in a while you'll catch a sale on that, and it's smart to grab because I can easily go through about a reel and a half or a spool and a half for each one of these planes I've been building. Especially if you screw up or something don't print right. It's nice to have extras. So I order 2 at a time now on that stuff. So let's see. Next, you got the eSun PLA LW. It's an active foaming filament, different from the pre-foamed. It reduces weight by around 50% compared to regular PLA. It'll cost you about $33 to $37 per kilogram on that. And that active foaming means as soon as it hits that hot nozzle, it expands. And that's where it gets a little tricky there as opposed to the pre-foam stuff. So you got to get that dialed in. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of, stringing and all that going. And it needs to be super dry. You need a heater to heat up that filament, draw out all that moisture. Just makes things so much easier. Then there's the Sane Smart LWPLA, which I haven't tried. That's another active foaming option. It comes in at $43.99 per kilogram as of right now, known for its matte finish and strength on RC builds. And also worth noting is ColorFab LWPLA, priced at around $37.50 per kilogram. And Spectrum Filaments Ultra Foam, which offers some of the lowest densities but requires careful tuning. So yeah, that Color Lab is very popular on the, from what I read on the forums. A lot of people swear by that filament. Okay, here's a quick tip. Pre-foam types like Polymaker are easier to print. Just like I said, just slice and go. And active foaming filaments like eSun and Sane Smart that I just mentioned require tweaking your extrusion temperature and flow rate to optimize weight reduction. And if you're printing wings and fuselage parts, LWPLA, lightweight PLA, is your go-to. For structural components like motor mounts and landing gear, stick with standard PLA or even PETG for extra toughness. And to sum it all up, radio gear like the Spectrum NX8 Radio Master TX16S Mark II and FlySky PL18 are smarter and more connected than ever. And ready to fly planes are excellent for convenience, but scratch building still holds the crown for customization. Yes, it does. 3D printing space is booming with affordable planes and accessories, and lightweight, durable filaments like LWPLA make printed planes practical and fun to fly. So that's a wrap for today's RC Flightcast episode. And if you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more RC insights, tips, and deep dives. So until next time, keep your batteries charged, your prints light, and your wings level. So we'll see you.